Welcome to Lincoln, Nebraska, and this is the state capitol building. Come join us for a road trip from Des Moines, Iowa to Lincoln, Nebraska, our state number 27.
You ready to go to our state number 27?
Let's go.
The distance between Des Moines, Iowa and Lincoln, Nebraska is 190 miles, which is approximately a 3-hour drive. Just a few miles in, we stopped at a McDonald's in Stewart, Iowa, buying some snacks, fighting some strong winds before we headed back on the road. Go inside, go inside. It is windy. Really windy. We're getting back on the highway. Yeah, we gotta go to 80 West. We met just very nice people. We asked them, like, how come it's so windy here? And their response was, mostly, you see a lot of these windmills. It does get very windy in this part of the town. It kind of reminds me of the winds you would get on a seaside. Like just constant. Chicago. Like just constant wind. Relentless. Just a couple of years ago, we had this dream to visit all 50 states with our kids by 2025. And because of this goal, we have been able to discover this beautiful country through these long drives, especially when we go from a state to a different state. Look at a big blade.
It's so cool.
That is very cool. There's a giant blade for the windmill. Are still in Iowa, maybe about 2 hours away from the Nebraska state capital. Alia and I were doing a little bit of learning about Nebraska. So, Kizanisa, can you tell us a fact about Nebraska?
Did you know that even though Nebraska does not have any oceans, it still has a lighthouse?
A lighthouse without any ocean. I think the lighthouse is used by a nearby lake. Okay, in 1927, the ever-popular juice drink Kool-Aid was invented by Edwin Perkins in Hastings, Nebraska. Originally, Perkins transformed his soft drink called Fruit Smack. It was called Fruit Smack into the famous Kool-Aid powder, making for an easier shipping process.
Nebraska is home to the biggest indoor rainforest that includes rainforests from around the globe, and it's in Omaha.
I think it's called the Henry Doorly Zoo in Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska also has the longest river in all of the states of America.
Okay, look at the wind is moving the Coleman trailer back and forth. It's quite windy here.
So the name Nebraska was originated from the word Otto, and it means flat water.
Let's read this one together. In the late 1800s, a law created in Lehi, Nebraska, forbid merchants from selling donut holes. One lawmaker claimed donut holes were a waste and believed that by selling the middle of the donut, bakers were trying to make undue profit. Thankfully, the law was repealed in the late 1990s. But still, you cannot find, or it's hard to find, donut holes in the town of Lehi, Nebraska. It looks like one of those cell phone towers. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Nebraska is located in the bottom third of the country's most populated states. With a total population of 1.8 million people, most of the residents live in rural communities. And it is one of the least densely populated states in America. Taco John, Wendy, Subway coming up next. And now talking about fast food chain, check out this fact. There is something called Runza or Runza. It's a fast food chain that dishes out more hot stuffed pastries that are beloved by Nebraskans and almost exclusively found in the state. And even though you can find 82 Runza restaurants sprinkled across Nebraska, it's highly unlikely you will find someone outside of the state that has tried one. You gotta go find Runza. There's gonna be two things that's gonna happen. Number one, we can try their local pastry. And second, we can find out how do you pronounce it. Is it Runza or Runza? So we did learn some facts. We are about 37 minutes away from the Nebraska sign. What we're gonna do now is play some riddles and check who's gonna win. Is it gonna be Isa with his pad, Khizr with his Rubik's Cube, or Mom with her steering wheel? We're doing riddles right now, and I just made up a riddle, and the riddle is, what is not an animal or a human but has toes? And the answer was
Potato!
potatoes.
You literally said it wouldn't be there.
Alright, let's continue the real riddles, and we are about 17 minutes away from the welcome sign. So we're about 10 minutes away. Look at the sculpture on the bridge. That's pretty, yeah, that is pretty cool. Doing a time check, we are 6 minutes away.
The father of fruits. What am I? Apple. Daddle.
Welcome to our 27th state.
Yeah!
Welcome to Nebraska,
We still have
guys.
to do something.
I have a feeling we have been in Nebraska for a while.
Is that the zoo?
I think that's the zoo with the largest rainforest in the world, the indoor rainforest.
Oh, I see a gorilla.
Yeah, all you see is a gorilla. I'm checking out the largest rainforest. Okay, King Kong burgers and Phillies, steaks and gyros. Now, because we are not stopping in Omaha, our goal is to go to Lincoln, because we are trying to get to the state capital. Our whole heading to Nebraska welcome sign was a bust. So I think I probably put wrong one in. It kind of took us to some inner streets, and there was this one green sign that just said Nebraska is the way of life or something like that. Guess what? Welcome to our 27th state, Nebraska. But it did give us a little preview of what Omaha has to offer, because we got to see the Omaha Zoo and the giant dome. And now you can see we are heading towards Lincoln. We are about 45 minutes away, and our goal is to get to the state capitol. We're not going to go inside or take a tour, but we're just going to go and explore the building from the outside, kind of like what we did in Des Moines. Alright, there's a fighter jet here.
That's SAC Aerospace Museum.
The Air and Space Museum is next exit on 526.
426.
Or 426. We're about 11 minutes away from reaching the state capital of Nebraska, and the kids and Ollie have been playing riddles and jokes, and the time has just flown by. Taking an exit, going to the Capitol, and I think this is the entrance to the airport, Lincoln Airport. There's a giant paper plane right in front of it.
Not really made of paper.
Yeah, not made of paper, but still pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna head towards the downtown area of Lincoln. This ride, especially the ride between Des Moines, Iowa and Omaha, was really nice, especially on the Iowa side. The farms, the fields, the cows, the tractors, they were very pleasing to the eyes. The ride between Omaha, Nebraska and Lincoln, Nebraska was good. A lot of city. There's a giant stadium coming up in Lincoln. I believe, yeah, it's the Pinnacle Bank Arena coming up next. Look how cool that stadium looks.
The state capital.
I think that's the state but we'll see. We'll see where it takes us. If that tower is the state capitol, that's pretty impressive.
That's a very different take on
A state capitol building.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Considering the ones that we've seen so
Yeah.
far, they have all somewhat similar design or the structure.
Yeah.
But this one has like a very tall tower and then a dome on the top.
Okay, this is very unique. So Alia, let's just find some parking and then maybe anywhere here. And then we'll go on these steps. Hey, we are here. If I turn around, it is. We've been driving quite a bit between states. Here we are in our 27th state, walking in Lincoln. I'm kind of speechless because we just saw a really, really good looking building in Des Moines, Iowa, the state capitol building. We fell in love with it. It's just the grounds around it. And so this
is very unique.
Very unique.
Very unique. First of all, this is designed by a New York architect, Bertram Grosvenor Goodhue, in 1920s. And according to him, he stated that Nebraska is a level country and its capital should have some altitude. So this state capitol is actually 400 feet tall tower, and it can be seen up to 20 miles away. And it was actually the first state capitol to incorporate a functional tower into its design.
You know what? Very unique. Who would have thought that we would start to visit state capitals in the capital? Oh, you know what? It's interesting. We have not been to the Capitol building in New York. We live in New York. But maybe now we will after seeing these impressive buildings. And I don't know if you guys can hear us because it's quite windy. Both in Iowa, it was very windy, and here it's very windy. But look how impressive this building is. As Ali and the kids go up, you can get an idea of how impressive this thing is. So Alia, when you and I are just like chit-chatting, exploring the building, or it doesn't matter where we are, these two always come up with whatever game, and they're just like walking around and being comfortable, exploring.
They always come up with a game.
Like even we went to a McDonald's on our car ride here. Right? They were just like chit-chatting. And
there was a town map, and they started playing a game.
They're so used to like just travel and exploring. Look at them.
And waiting.
And sometimes waiting, because like sometimes when we want to take more pictures or whatever, like they just know how to keep themselves busy. Okay, they spotted us. They spotted us. So I think if you're walking on that road and you're coming here, you get to see the tallest structure in Lincoln. So on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed our 27th state and a quick car ride between Iowa and Nebraska. So from the steps of Lincoln, Nebraska, we're gonna catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye for now.